So, who really invented the airplane? It's a question all of us have wondered at least once in our lives, right? Well, today we're going to uncover the truth. Who actually built the first real airplane? There was a time in America when the idea of flying wasn't a dream. It was a joke. Scientists laughed. Newspapers mocked it. People believed only birds and angels belonged in the sky. But in the quiet streets of Dayton, Ohio, two brothers, not rich, not famous, not trained engineers, were about to change the destiny of humankind forever. Their names, Wilbur Wright and Orville Wright. And this is their unbelievable story. The beginning, a spark of wonder. The Wright brothers didn't grow up with luxury. Their education was simple. Their life was ordinary. But they had something extraordinary. Curiosity. One day, their father brought home a toy. A small helicopter powered by rubber bands. It flew for a few seconds, then fell to the ground. But in those few seconds, something awakened in the brothers' minds. A dangerous, powerful question. What if humans could fly too? Failure after failure, but hope never dies. As they grew older, one thing became clear. The brothers weren't quitters. They ran a bicycle shop. But their real mission began late at night. Wing designs, sketches, calculations, sleepless nights, long days. Their first glider failed. Second, wouldn't lift off. Third, crashed into pieces. People laughed at them. To bicycle mechanics, making a flying machine? Ridiculous. But the Wright brothers lived by an American belief. If the world says it's impossible, that's exactly why you should do it. The science of flight, a revolution in a small workshop. Most inventors copied birds, but the Wright brothers copied something smarter. Physics. In their tiny workshop, they built something the world had never seen. With it, they tested more than 200 wing designs, measured airflow, calculated lift, studied control. Piece by piece, they uncovered the principles that modern aviation still depends on. Wings must be curved. Control must work in 3 dimensions. Stability must be dynamic, not fixed. They weren't guessing anymore. They were inventing the science of flight. Kitty Hawk, where the dream found its wings. Why choose Kitty Hawk, North Carolina? Because no one else wanted to go there. Strong winds, soft sand, miles of empty land. Perfect for mistakes. Perfect for dreamers. In those harsh, lonely dunes, their new glider finally soared. Not with an engine, not with power, but with pure belief. The battle to build the impossible engine. One final enemy remained. The motor. Engines of that era were too heavy, too weak. No company could build what the brothers needed. So the Wright brothers did the unthinkable. They built their own, a lightweight, handcrafted 12-horsepower engine, attached to a wooden airframe that looked strange, fragile, impossible. But it had a name, the Wright Flyer, the first powered airplane in human history. December 17, 1903, the day the world changed. The morning was freezing. The wind cut through the air like blades. But the world was moments away from witnessing a miracle. Orville climbed into the machine. Wilbur held the wings steady. The propellers roared. The flyer shook. Silence fell in the dunes. And then it lifted off the ground. Not jumped, not bounced. It flew. 12 seconds. 120 feet. Just a tiny moment. But that moment was the beginning of the modern world. Humans had finally entered the sky. The world refuses to believe. You'd think the world would celebrate, but it didn't. Newspapers ignored them. Scientists denied them. The government didn't care. Impossible. Fake. Two mechanics can't invent flight. But in 1908, when the brothers demonstrated their aircraft live, Paris gasped, New York cheered, and the entire world bowed to the truth. The Wright brothers had conquered the sky. The legacy: America takes flight. Today, every airplane, every fighter jet, every spacecraft carries the fingerprints of two brothers. From a small bicycle shop in Ohio, they had no degrees, no fortune, no powerful connections, but they had courage, dreams, and the American spirit that refuses to quit. They didn't just build the first airplane. They taught humanity how to fly. Cinematic ending. The next time your plane takes off and you feel the ground disappearing beneath you, remember this: you're rising on the wings of two brothers who refused to give up. Two brothers who dared to challenge the sky. And their story reminds us, if your dream scares you, it's probably the one worth chasing. If people laugh at you, you're on the right path.